Brewers Log August 11th. So tonight I got 4 of the bottles that were cold crashing in the fridge, or the jugs in the fridge, into bottles. As you can see here, I have the half honey that we did, standard honey, or honey ginger that I did using Stevenson honey, and a 3 flowers honey that I had done. This was the 3 flowers I tried yesterday. It's got a much better flavor to it, but not quite what the mead had. Now that I racked it and let it sit for a day before I bottled it, it's got a little better flavor, not quite up to what I want. I'm waiting to see what happens when I've got the same amount of flowers in the cider as I did in the mead, and see if that brings out the flavor even more. And as I said, there was a 4th jug. So I had an older 3 flowers honey that had been sitting in the fridge for almost a month that we finally strained, and I put into a bigger bottle that I'm going to slowly drink. It doesn't have the flavor of this 3 flowers, but it's not bad either. It's still good, but it's nowhere near the what the 3 flowers has been. So these are now have 2 teaspoons of sugar in them to bottle condition them. Hopefully those should be nice and carbonated in a week or 2, and we'll see where I'm at from there. So that was what I got done tonight. Alright, I thought I'd add on a quick little tip. When I'm getting priming sugar into my ciders, I've started using a test tube that my vanilla beans came in that I use for my coffee liqueurs. I found I can easily put the 2 teaspoons or a teaspoon of sugar in here and then slowly pour it into the bottle like this. I found that I'm able to control going into the bottle without any real issues, and it seems to work. I've used it with both the actual priming sugars, and I've used white sugars. I found they work about the same, and since white sugar is quite a bit cheaper than priming sugar, I usually end up falling back to that. I was using the priming tablets for a while, but they are fairly expensive. They are easy to put in, but now that I figured out how that I can use as just a test tube to get all my sugar in, and it's hard for me to justify spending the money on the priming sugar. So it's a neat little tip using the test tube to get it in there. If you had an even smaller test tube, it might be easier to pour into the bottle, but getting the sugar into it might not be as easy. But this is how I buy my vanilla beans. So I get 2 or 3 in one of these containers from Penzies, and they work great for making my coffee liqueurs, and they also work great for pouring in my sugars. So thought I'd give you that little bit of a tip in case you were having problems getting priming sugar into your bottle.